Welcome back, everybody, to another amazing episode of Spread the Juice. And today I'm sitting in on a POV, the gays group chat exposed.
Yes.
Today I've got Boss, Ree, and Nathaniel, and I'm going to let you all introduce yourselves. Boss.
Okay, hi. I'm Boss. I'm gay.
Are you?
You sure?
No, I'm a straight man. I like to tell everyone that. No,
Yeah.
I'm very much gay, very much proud, and yeah, I run a drag brunch. Don't know who gave me that platform and who gave me a microphone, and I've got a microphone today.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just get about in all
With your fan.
with my fan.
Always.
Yeah, £3 from TikTok.
Where did
shop.
Boss come from?
Huh?
The name Boss, where did it come from?
Basically, when I was a baby,
Oh my God, I thought it was your real name.
it is my real name
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Basically, now. When I was a baby, I didn't have a name for 8 weeks. So my mum and dad called me Boss.
Okay.
And my whole family then started calling me Boss. Then when it was time to the 8 weeks you have, when it came to signing my name, they signed my name as Jack, but took the K off. And then years later, I was never called Jack at home. It was always Boss. And then when COVID happened, and I started like to perform solo and started doing this like brunch idea, I was like, Jack doesn't have a good ring to it. And I said to my mum and dad, I was like, how would you feel if I changed my name legally? And they were like, well, you're that to us anyway, so it doesn't really feel different.
How old were you when you did that?
Well, it's beginning of COVID, like middle of
I
COVID.
see.
So
Yeah.
So now legally, like everything is Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
5 years
Ree,
old?
Yeah.
Nice.
introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ree, Release the Slaves, the whole shebang. I'm a
that.
drag queen /
Dead girl
creative.
walking.
How you mean? Island gal puss kind of vibes. I feel like I'm drag queen. It's probably like the main thing, which I think most people know me for now. But I'm like in general just like a creative chameleon.
And you've been on reality TV, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes. What were you on and what series?
I was on RuPaul's Drag Race season 6, the last one.
How was it?
It was fun. I mean, like, I guess as a first experience, it's, and I know you guys both have been on, there's like I think there's an illusion that you see from the other side when you're an audience member. And then there's like wow, this is how the machine works. Like it's actually, I think it's what it's like now. You see things slightly different, but as an experience, it was actually quite fun.
Was it awesome?
Yeah.
I feel like it's ruined, like going on in reality has ruined reality TV for me. I really struggle to watch most shows.
I love reality TV.
Yeah.
I watch loads. You watch Drag Race all the time.
Drag Race is my favourite.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I agree with that. Like being friends with a lot of people in that industry, it does take that element of, because you know what happens, you know how it works, you know both sides, and it kind of takes that. But what I will say on reality TV, I don't normally get too stuck into anything because I'm like over it. But this season of Love Island, I'm sorry.
Are you hooked?
Are you joking?
I am so hooked.
No one's in a couple. No one is in a proper couple.
They're all fake couples.
Oh my God.
I know.
We need to get Tony to fast out there.
I know.
Never
I'm
watched
surprised you haven't been on reality TV before.
Do you know what? There's been so many occasions where I've got down to like the last kind of like grouping, and it's always the channel that don't want me.
Yeah.
I went forward for there was a show on Amazon Prime called Lindsay Lohan like voiced it. It's like a high school. Junaid from Towie was on it, and it was like they set it back in like an American high school, and it was like a dating show.
Yeah.
And I got down, and like the girl that was doing the casting for it, she was calling me every day. She was like, Boss, like your photo's up in our office, like you're our header for it, like you're gonna be amazing. And then she called me back and she was like, Amazon haven't gone with you, they've come back. And that's happened so many times where I've got down to like the final bit and I've like they've told me to like change your schedule, you need to start prepping for this. Like I've been having loads of psych tests, been taken in and out the studio doing like little bits, and they've come back and they've come back with the cast and you're not on it. And it happens. The amount of friends, the amount of people that I'm close with from casting, because they've got so invested in me, and then it gets to that point, and it's like, and for a long time I was like, what am I doing wrong? And I was like,
it's not what you're doing wrong, it's just what they're looking for at
Yeah,
that time.
yeah. And
You
it's
just can't
taken me-
give up, don't give up.
yeah, and it's
If you
taken
want
me a
to.
while to, that's kind of why I launched my own thing and did the brunch and kind of like I always wanted to be a presenter. So in lockdown I started like a podcast, but on Instagram Live. Started doing that, then launched the brunch, and I get so many people that say to me, "God, you're going somewhere. It's just about."
I feel like you
The
are
time.
naturally just presenting all the time. Like, when we're in Freedom, you were literally running that shit.
I was like, right, this is what's going to happen, guys.
Yeah.
I need 2 rum and cokes over here.
And you're like, you move, you can't dance there.
An
Get out.
organizer.
You're bringing alcohol in, get them kicked out. That's
Oh
you,
my
that's
God.
exactly what
That
happened.
is me.
Boss just ran the show.
I did. Do you know what though? That was the first time I've been to Freedom in ages, and I really missed it.
And we had
And
the
the
best
last.
time.
We had the best time.
And of course, we've got
Yeah.
Nathanial Valentino back in
Hey,
the chair
you don't need
as
to know who I am.
a
I'm just here.
co-host. Yeah.
Oh, we
With
know
his
who
massive
you are, baby.
bulge.
Yeah.
We're trying not to look.
I mean,
there.
it's
Sorry, guys.
It is so
Is it
out.
on set? I don't know. Got its own postcode.
Have you
I
seen
say
when-
it's hot outside.
Have you seen when OnlyFans girls do podcasts and they sit like that on purpose? You can see their fan.
Yeah.
life.
Clickbait. It's
Is that a
clickbait.
thing?
Yeah, they sit like that so that the bulge is there, so people go click on the OnlyFans.
That's what I'm doing, guys.
Yeah, clear.
Honey,
Follow me.
starting a new
Yeah.
career.
Nathaniel Valentino.
That'll be the opening clip, just to zoom in of the bulge.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun,
Would you
dun.
do OnlyFans?
No, I got asked to do OnlyFans and I was like, no.
For what? For what's
I
your
think it
reason?
was just more when you've given everything away, it's gone then.
I reckon
Yeah.
the bulge could be a millionaire right by now.
Yeah, you don't need to use your
You don't
face,
use your
babe.
face.
With
Yeah,
that.
just use the bulge.
Yeah, you don't need to get it out.
Live your life.
Okay.
Like you don't. You're like,
Okay.
Let me check. Let me check in with someone.
Yeah. So Nathaniel is
Tune in
newly
soon,
in
yeah.
love.
And here he is today. Surprise, surprise.
I wonder.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, good place, good place. Nice and fresh. So, yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
know what it feels like, to be honest.
You don't?
I've been single for 11 years.
Oh my
Bad
God,
bitch.
Bob.
No one wants me.
No, you don't want them.
No, I don't want that.
Exactly.
Well,
You're-
I bet, like, obviously, working in where you work,
Yeah.
I bet you're getting a lot of opportunities for sex and.
Yeah, but that's not. It's not just about sex.
No,
I'm
do you
sure
know
you've
what?
had
I'm
sex in
talking about
11
sex
years.
usually leads to.
Well, I
No
don't go
sex
that
for
way.
11 years.
I don't do it that way around.
I don't either.
Do you know what, though? I think it's one thing, especially as a gay man, that really worries me is that I'm 31 now, I'm single, and it's like sometimes I honestly sit there and think, oh my God, I'm going to die alone. And I know that's so morbid, but like in the gay world, like as when I was growing up in the gay world, you were sort of told that when you get to 30, you're off the shelf. Like you're not like you're not wanted in that sense, and like that stuck with me. Even turning 30 was massive for me.
They say that in the straight world too, though, that women have got no value.
Yeah,
after
but
30.
it's so
bullshit.
it's shit because it
Ridiculous.
stays with you.
Yeah.
Like, and I do think, oh my God. And the thing is, the men I get the attention from is the wrong men. It's the confused straight men that see me as a
Yeah.
fetish,
Yeah.
and I go back to it because it's the attention that I'm craving. But it's so damaging.
It's like a quick fix.
Quick fix.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I'm the best thing they've ever seen, and I'm so wanted by them. But the next day, I'm blocked, and you're like, it's so shit. But in that moment, it's like that kind of like adrenaline rush. It's like doing a shot. You do
Yeah.
a shot, and you're like, oh, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, you're like,
There's no more
where's
shots
the
left.
kebab?
Yeah.
yeah.
Where's
The bottle's
kebab?
dry.
You were the
Yeah.
kebab.
Yeah, I was a fucking kebab. And a
my
bloody
God.
tasty one at that. Do you
So-
know what I mean?
Ree,
Yeah.
have you got a partner?
No.
No
I'm single
partner.
now. But I like it's been what maybe 3 or so years. But I think like for me also I'm in a different point in my life. I feel it's like the most healthiest single I've ever been. Like I don't
Yeah.
I'm not looking for anyone. I'm not like I don't need someone. I feel like there's been points maybe before you're like, oh, I should be in a relationship. I feel like I'm so maybe now committed to myself.
Yeah, for sure.
That it's kind of like in a space where I'm open to things happening now.
Yeah.
But like it has to be I have
The
to meet
right
someone at the right
thing.
place, time or energy or
How
like
old are
it's I'm 34 now.
Yeah, perfect. I'm not saying my age, but similar. But I feel this-
51.
Me too.
Fuck off, bitch. But no, I feel like when you get to our sort of age, mid-30s, you kind of don't want to put up with shit. You just, you know what
Yeah.
you want, and if you don't, if it's not going to be the right thing, then you might as well just carry on being single. That's how
Yeah.
I feel.
And you know what? You see, like a lot of my school friends are married and have got kids, and like I see that side, and that also worries me. But then I see friends that aren't necessarily married that are going through these like really shit relationships.
Yeah.
And as much as I sit there and worry, I sit there and also look, and I think I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Like I've
Yeah.
got enough shit to be worrying
But the
about.
world has got so much more toxic with apps like Grindr and Tinder and just
Oh.
even Instagram alone.
Yeah.
It's like a dating
Everything.
I
app.
think it's like a word for me. I remember when I just was coming out as being gay, like when I was like 19 or something. Like I remember like at that point you kind of have this thing of like, oh, wow, I love to meet someone. You have this almost like interest
Yeah.
level, and you come into a culture or a space where it's like, oh, it's very sex forward, or like, and then you almost like, I
Sorry,
feel
can I ask where you came out?
in London.
In London, okay,
Yeah,
cool. Because I'm going to say that's different from
Not in the islands,
Not
babe.
in the
Oh my
islands.
god, am I even out in the islands? Who knows? But like it's kind
Straight
of like,
man in the islands.
babe, I switch
You're
as
right,
much as
mate.
I can.
Really?
I mean, I feel like I go butch, but I don't know how butch I can.
I
go.
Yeah.
you, when I first met you,
Yeah.
you not. I don't want to say
Was that on
masculine.
the-
we
was
did
that on the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually met doing a film. We did a film
We did a
together
film.
for
Really?
Netflix.
Netflix,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
that was with Michaela Cole.
Yeah.
Absolute
What film?
icon. It was called Been So Long, and it was set in Camden.
Oh my God,
But I remember
sick.
that we were giving. It was
We
like
had to have
an
an
orgy.
orgy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we met. You know,
That's how we
Michaela
met.
Cole.
No, who's that?
She's the girl from Chewing Gum.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
that?
hilarious.
What's
It was like a program on like she's like huge now. She's like
Yeah,
written
really good writer.
She actually wrote
Really?
a show for BBC called what was that called? It was about her experience.
She's in
of-
Black Panther.
Oh,
as
that's
well.
really, really
Yeah,
good.
she's in Black
Oh,
Panther.
yeah.
That
And she
was
wrote a
really
show
good.
on BBC about her experience of being like
And consent and that kind
yeah,
of
like rape in the
Oh, I
industry.
think I have
It
seen
was
something
we
like
made,
that.
I May Destroy You. It was called.
Yeah, that's the one.
and she
so well written.
Yeah, that was years ago, wasn't it? We had to have an orgy, didn't we? On
Mad.
set.
Yeah, that's how we met.
That's how. But when I first met you, I thought not like
Closeted.
not closeted, but like you can
that a
dip
word,
in and
closeted?
out. Yeah.
Is that a word? Closeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love the closet.
Closet,
Yeah.
down low. Which one?
So
do you
is
wanna
it?
go?
Are you guys all? I know you're pan. Are you pan?
I like.
Sexual?
I'm more gay, but it's like how I feel. I have a pan mentality.
Remind
so
me of what pan means again.
It's just I fall in love
Open
with
to
a
everything,
person.
yeah.
So it's,
Fine,
it's
fine.
not all about the outside. It's obviously
Yeah.
that helps, but
Yeah.
it's about a level of understanding and
Yeah.
and
But
what
I
they are
couldn't-
like and the kindness, and that's what I find
That feels
attractive.
demi as well.
I can't see you with a girl though. I just
It's
can't
been,
see
it's
it.
been too long.
Yeah. Maybe as you've got older, you're more gay than
Yeah,
pansexual
100%.
now.
Like when I was younger, I think I was more free,
Yeah.
and then now I think life just puts in.
And
There's
future.
already so many barriers in life.
Yeah.
So then me to think, am I gonna? If I go with a girl, then she might want kids. I don't know if I want to give someone kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone want to be with someone that's been with a guy, and then, like I always say, that you women are really emotional, and I don't deal with that very well.
You women.
Yeah. I
As
know.
a cancer.
I'm emotional, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't tell.
Yeah.
I'll just go. I'm not feeling very well. One tear run down.
Yeah.
Fine.
Honestly, I don't show my
Interesting.
emotions at all, and I'm
Yeah.
a Pisces, and they say that we're so. That's one thing with me. If someone's crying, I literally be like this and just pat them on the back.
Yeah.
Like the
I
really
don't do-
awkward.
We were
Yeah,
saying-
I don't deal with that.
We were saying when you came out,
Yeah.
we've sort of digressed lots.
No, no.
No, we want to hear about it when you came out.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I just remember like kind of, I guess you come out into where I guess I'm here in the UK, and I'm kind of like, I never even considered, I think up until that point, I very much believe, especially growing up in the Caribbean, I was like, yeah, I put the idea of being with someone behind me. I was like, I'm just going to focus on life. And then suddenly it's
Yeah.
like, I'm in a place where I'm like, oh, I have the opportunity to maybe explore. Ooh.
Yeah.
But then I remember coming into like the community, if you call it that, but like
Yeah.
kind of being met with this narrative of like, oh, it's like, yeah, we have to get into bed first, and then we kind of figure out, and it's like, nah, that doesn't really work with me. And then I had to kind of figure out what my boundaries kind of like were with regards
sure.
to connection. And
Yeah.
I think probably what I sort of like need, which I
Yeah.
think is very much cerebral,
Do you find it harder to meet someone with your career or easier? In fact,
that's changed.
we
Oh my
haven't
God.
even said what you do.
Yeah, oh, no,
Oh, you did say it. That you actually dress up
So
as Rihanna.
the funniest thing is,
You actually dressed up as
no,
Rihanna.
no,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I've seen the
it
videos
gives,
and
it
you
gives.
look literally
She
the
gives
spit.
bad
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
She
yeah.
gives bad girl.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
the funniest thing is, I remember when I
Yeah.
started doing drag actually in 2018, when I started meeting queens for the first time, they kept saying, oh, you know, the dating thing changes when you're drag queen. I was like, at that time I was with a partner.
Yeah.
And we'd met before I kind of started doing drag. So like, I was like, I don't know what that's like. Now that I'm on the other side, where
Yeah.
I'm like single as a drag queen, it makes sense because you do, and I do find I attract a different type of person.
Yeah.
Like, and as well, I even found at one point, like, I was like, almost not mentioning that I do drag, because then
You get the
like,
chases.
well, is the thing of like, okay, I'll meet someone who maybe like was probably more along the lines of my type from before. And then I was like, okay, thank you every single. As soon as they're like, oh, so what do you do? I was like, I'm a creative. Like I
Yeah.
did it, and they're like, performance. What kind of performance? Well, I was a dancer.
Like really vague.
But as soon as I say drag, it's like it's an interesting thing when I guess for some gay men, when you mention drag, they see that feminine sort of energy, which maybe I don't generally often like portray. Then I'm like, they're like, oh, can I see? And then they see how I do drag. Then it's like, that's not like.
Yeah, it's
like it's
stigma.
giving puss. Like, and then
giving
that almost
femme queen, it's
honestly
giving,
it confuses people.
And to be a black feminine is the lowest of the low in gay sort of stackings of what the community like.
Really?
Yeah, being a black.
It's a strange one. It's a very strange one.
Feminine, you're at the bottom.
Do you know what? Saying that
at the bottom.
about being drag.
Yeah.
About being drag.
You shouldn't be.
As a gay guy, I'm obviously like, I'm not exactly butch or masculine, but like sometimes, obviously when I'm working, I wear like, you know, sexy outfits and I'm feminine, but like I do have a side to me which is like tracksuits and whatever. But when I first came into the scene, if I was like chatting to guys and they would say they did drag, that would put me off.
Yeah, that's the word,
because for me, I don't want to be with someone that's like as feminine as me / more feminine. But now that I've like established myself more in that world and like with my brunch and like obviously Tamara's like my best friend, like I'm around it so much, that kind of like I feel I look back and I think that's such an immature thing. Like I was like, I never want to be with someone like that. But now that I'm cemented in it, I'm kind of like, that's such a weird, but it is, your brain does naturally go there because I like a masculine man.
It's like anything though, even like, for example, OnlyFans, guys will like, in the straight world, like, no, don't want to be with a girl like that. It's like,
you got to see this trash to that.
Or whore or slag or whatever. There's always a stigma around these things, especially when you're put on a stage in front of people and you're getting attention. And even for you, obviously we're not going to mention the club you work at, but you work at probably the best club in London. That must be quite hard as well in terms of meeting someone.
It is.
You're constantly getting attention, and I want to hear some of the stories about the type of people that slyly put it on you. Don't have to mention names, but
it's, do you know what, I have this conversation a lot because a lot of people that I meet see me in that space and see me dressed how I dress, and I do, for me, when I'm dressed like that, like I've got my heels on, I've got like a sexy outfit on, that is when I feel most empowered. I feel the strongest, and it shows. Like,
but it's not just a sexy outfit, it is literally, it's so sick.
Because
they might be thinking like a little dress. No, it's
it's a look, it's a
like
strong
harnesses.
look. Harnesses and like, and I think
but I remember when you first started, it was just heels.
And
then it progressed.
And then it's progressed. Do you know what? It progressed because
lingerie.
Yeah, it progressed because I stepped into a new role where I looked after my team and I switched up what I wanted us to be, and then I stepped into myself, and I feel like now I'm at my truest self. But I say to guys, I meet guys where I work, and they'll say like, "Oh, I'd love to take you out for dinner," and I say to them, I just want you to know, like, I'm not going to turn up to dinner like this. And some guy said to me once, he was like, what do you mean? I was like, this is work. This is my work. The same way if you're going to Asda.
But they might just like that.
Exactly. But it's like, I don't want to sell someone a dream. Because it's like, I love dressing up like this. And when we get back to the hotel, best believe it will be going on. But I'm not going to walk into Nando's in an 8-inch heel with a harness on and a whip. Do you know what I mean? The police will be called. But I think where I work is so open and everyone's so free, and so, but that can be confusing also for guys because it is that kind of guy that sees you as, you know, I'm the only one on my team that is male presenting but is dressed like that, so it's very confusing. It's the same with drag. It's like, at my brunches I get a lot of men that come with their girlfriends who at the beginning I always go around and say hello to everyone, I always go meet the tables, and they're very like, you know, like sort of this and especially people like you and Tamara, when you come out, you're like sexy women. Like there's so many different levels of drag, isn't there? You've got
7 foot sexy women.
You've got like your old school drag, which I adore. You've got your like comedy queens, and then you've got your like fresh women, the crystals,
and then
the
after
crystal
they come out,
Versace's.
and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a lap dance on your boyfriend, like that.
Do you know what? That's one of my favourite from when I first had you at Boss Brunch. That number where you get the guy and you sit them on the chair. And you see the guy's face, and they are like
a straight guy.
So confused.
Sometimes it's even a gay guys.
The thing is, I often, for me, if I have to choose somebody for the chair, which I call it, I feel you're in my lair now. And there's oftentimes I would spot maybe there's the straight man who's being a bit rowdy, or there's the guy who's there and you can tell it's like, I only came because my girlfriend brought me. So I'm like, okay, cool. I almost make a thing of it where I'm like, I'm gonna put you in a chair. Your girlfriend's gonna be living the best life filming you.
Yeah, because they
You're
love
gonna be,
it.
oh, they're confused.
And now I'm gonna smash my pussy.
And I was like,
off you.
honey.
And he's gonna be like, I love this. I can't show that I love it.
But then I swear, the number of times I've had situations where you have these guys who are like, yeah, and then afterwards maybe the girlfriend goes, I've never seen my boyfriend like that. Like, he spanked your ass. He never. I was like, baby, you're welcome. There's anyone. Like, it's like, I don't know.
Thank
you know
tonight.
what? I did a gig once, and I did a number where I had to get a guy out. I got a guy. I did this like lap dance on him, and the outfit that I had on, it was like Ann Summers, big up Ann Summers.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us. She spoke to me after. He was like really sweet. Like from the beginning, he was really, really sweet. They were a really like gorgeous couple. And she came and spoke to me at the end. She was like, oh my God, went over to the table. And I always make a thing of going out after the show to those people just to like be like, thank you for just being a great sport.
Are you okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
And she said to me, she was like, oh my God, she was like, I've just bought the outfit you're wearing. She was like, and I've bought it with me tonight for the hotel. She was like, and I can't wait to shag him in it. She was like, she was like, I was rich. She was like, when I bought the outfit, I was like, oh, it's not very me. She was like, and I've just seen you do that.
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, and it's just given me this confidence. And I know that sounds so ridiculous, but that moment I was like, that's such an amazing thing.
We're changing lives.
We really are. Who needs brain surgery when you can be a performer?
Period.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she was like, thank you so much. And they must have, if she ain't pregnant now, then
Yeah, well, she
baby.
yeah.
Period.
Can I ask a question? How much of the way you dress is your gender or your sexuality, or is it just where's it come from? What does it entice? Like, because from the outside world, I reckon people go, oh, he's maybe they them, he's non-binary. I
mean,
I don't even know, because I don't think we've even had that conversation. Like, you say you're most empowered when you're in feminine clothes. Is that sexuality, or is that?
Do you know what? I battled with this a lot in COVID. I used to work at a gym, and a lot of people in that gym were like creatives and stuff. And I started performing again after COVID, and I kind of battled with this whole gender thing. And I was like when I put heels on, I feel like I could take over the world, and I feel empowered, and I want women to feel like that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I started to think, well, hang on, how do I identify? And I battled with it for a while. And then I thought, do you know what? Stuff like that, it doesn't really bother me. I'm boss, and if people always say to me, what are your pronouns? And I really respect people for asking me. Like, it takes a lot to even have that conversation, and I respect people that go by different pronouns. But for me, I am what I am, and if whatever you see me as, if you see me as they, them, or she, her, that's fine. But it was a conversation in my own head that I was like, fuck, why do I enjoy dressing like this so much?
So this is really interesting, because obviously, like, the internet is a mad place, and this whole the gender stuff goes on and on and on into there's a million different types now. Yeah. So you're saying specifically in COVID you felt this, not before?
Not before COVID, no.
So next question. You said when you wear heels you feel empowered and you love how you feel. Yeah. Why, respectfully, of course, but why does that make you feel, am I a she? Because you can still feel empowered in heels and be a gay guy.
Yeah, like, do you know what I think? I think because of how society is, where it's like you have a men's section and a women's section. If heels are for women, shoes are for men.
Blue, pink.
Yeah, that is drilled into you. Well, in our generation, growing up, so much that I think that's what confused me. But in saying that, I've been very blessed growing up with my family. Like, my mum's married to a woman now. My dad is like the most supportive man, and my dad's like this little geezer, like covered in tattoos, like a geezer. Yeah. My sister's got a child. My brother underneath me is gay, and then my sister's trans. So like growing up in our house, these sorts of conversations were never taboo conversations, and I've always been very comfortable in that, which is also confusing because when I was having these kind of like gender questions, I was like, but I think, again, contradicting myself here, I think the reason I was having those, because at home, if I wanted to walk around in my mum's heels, I wouldn't be like grounded for it or like beaten.
No, but that's fine.
Yeah, and I think, and that's why now, even now, like, I go and teach workshops and stuff. Like, I go and teach a heels workshop to college kids or like university students, and my whole thing that I drill into them, which we never got told, is if you want to. Like, I remember when I came into the dance industry, this one person told me, don't be seen in heels. You won't be booked. People are going to put you in that bracket. And I never went to a heels class, never did anything. And then I worked with Chris Minot, who does Dancers Inc., one of the top agencies. And he said to me, he was like, boss, he was like, watching you in heels is amazing. He was like, I expect you, every time I book you, every time I work with you, you need to have a pair of heels in your bag. Because if at any point I say, actually, boss, can you come and do this in heels? You need to be ready. And that changed my whole, coming into the industry, people told me, you need to grow a beard, you need to be broader. And I tried to tick every single one of those fucking boxes, and I wasn't happy. Because I was ticking the boxes for everyone else.
And not for yourself.
And it was, again, COVID that for me was like, hang on a minute, fuck that. Why am I trying to please everyone else? And again, now I'm the happiest I am in the industry that I am. Because I'm doing what, do you know what I mean? Like...
So, Ree, when you wear heels, you must feel empowered as well.
I think, well, I feel in pain.
But me too. I wear trainers to the club.
But I think it's like, you know, it's like off of just what Boss was saying. Like, I think there's like a culture of like we need to understand something, or it's like oh well, there's black and there's white. Well, I'm kind of giving you pink. But what is pink? And I think there's been a lot of I think even when maybe people maybe feel othered, like there's a need to like, I don't know where I fit into this space. And so that's, I think there's been kind of like a culture of the last few years of trying to, and I know we love labels, like it's but it's become a point where I can't even follow anymore. But I'm happy you do you, everybody live your life. I'm just out here serving my pussy in my little corner, in my little normal world. For me, when I get into drag, I think what I've realized quite recently when I look back, when I first started doing drag scared me. And what drag scared me for was about all the things that I think maybe I was teased for as a kid, because I used to be more feminine and had to become more, like, okay, I'll be the class clown now, because for me it was like being out and being camp was like equating to possible death. So like it kind of, with that sort of threat, I think like I kind of navigated like my life growing up in the Caribbean, trying to be very conscious of how other people read me. So when I started to do drag, the first thing I was like, I can't put a dress on, like I'm gonna get shot. Even
that must have been really tough.
So if I think about it now, if I look back at the start of Rileasa, I would not go out unless my bestie like was driving me, and she was like my security guard, and like ain't nobody gonna mess me with her. Like, and then it got to the point when then she couldn't drop me, and I was like, oh shit, I have to take a taxi. Then it got to the point where I was like, shit, I can't get a taxi because I'm going to be late, so I have to take a bus. But it's like a process happened over the years with doing Rileasa, which kind of like took away or made me face a lot of things which kind of like freaked me the hell out. And also in like stepping into this feminine side of myself, but also Rileasa over time, especially when the chair came out, I was starting to tap into that sexual empowerment. Where I was like, I'm going to embody the feminine version of myself, to the point where like I was like, I also want how I come across. I wanted to confuse people. And like even being a dancer before, I was like, I need to change like everything from my physicality to how like I walk into a space, how I want to hold you. And that's why something where I even remember starting in drag, people like, oh, you have to have a shot before. No, baby, I don't really drink, but I also really don't want to drink in this, because I want to be very conscious of what's happening in this space. And I feel it then became a point where, for me, if I think of slipping into the heels of Rileasa now represents a bad bitch side of me that actually is me.
You felt like you had to hide for so long.
And it's like, it's almost like I've literally taken that little bit and like magnified it to a point where it's like, it's something that can be presented on stage. But what I love about it is like it's sort of trickled down into my life where those things I used to fear before, I was like, I would never like maybe say have nails, but sometimes I'll have acrylics on. Like before I used to be so conscious of it, or like nail polish, or like I'll put a little gloss on today, like I might wear a little skin tint. Like all these things would have maybe years ago made me feel so on edge just being in public space.
So you were born in the Caribbean?
Yeah, born, bred, raised.
Okay, and so when did you come here?
I was like 16.
And did you come here for that reason?
No, so I came here I was going to be a chef, and I started performing arts. So I came to study, and then I was technically going to go back home after 2 years. But then I think coming here is like, oh wait, you could lay on the floor and literally no one cares. Like it was just such a
Can
different
we go lie
culture.
on the floor later, in the road?
You know what I mean? Like it's the freedom that came with this place. I kind of like was like, actually maybe I stay here, and I made London home.
For sure.
I think what you've just basically said is that Rileasa became your counsellor.
It
was the space where you get, and I feel like there's a lot of queer guys out there that I think I'm one of them that had never had I've never had that. I've never been able to unlock my femininity, and because
you're the cock block gay. That's what you are.
With a
Literally.
big dick.
Whenever I'm with
Clapped.
Nathaniel, guys are like, oh, you
yeah,
can't look at
I
her.
think it's so magical the fact that you've mastered it, and then you make money off it. Something that you've hidden for so many years.
That must be horrible feeling to have to hide who you are.
But I think
I think
but
for every
even
gay person, really, except for the gays today, I think they've got it a lot easier than we did.
Do you know what I also think, going off like everything that like you've just been saying there, in the gay culture and the gay community, there is like when you're just saying about labels and stuff, it's fucking hard because every day you wake up and there's something new added to being gay, and you do go through, and I think
twink, bottom,
the generation under us, like with social media and like
Side we used to call lazy.
like there feels so much pressure as a gay man to like, it's like, why can't you just be like, why do I have to be he, him, like why do I like, I always say at my brunches, right, when I get people up for the dance competition, I always say, what's your name, where you're from, what your pronouns? I explain what pronouns are, and I say my pronouns are big batty gal. And it's like, and it just kind of takes the pressure because I know that they're stressing out, like, oh my God, what am I? And it's like, you can be, and I know people joke about like, oh, I'm identifying as a tree, and it's like, haha, but it's like, cool, why? If you want to identify as a tree, cool, but if you don't want to identify, like, it just feels like when you have like a straight, let's just keep it straight and gay, right? In the straight handbook, there's one page. In the gay handbook, it's like...
Do you sometimes... do you sometimes, as being part of the gay community, do you sometimes find it a bit jarring when all of a sudden you're now part of everything? Like, because it's like gays, trans, and that you all get put in under one umbrella. Yeah. Does it affect you at all, or...?
I don't necessarily think it affects me, but I feel like that's where... it can form resentment for some people, and I think that's why the gay community can be quite toxic at times, because you end up fighting or like pushing people away that's our family,
exactly,
because in the gay world, if you don't believe in pronouns, then it's like, well, you're just as bad as the white cis straight man that's saying that shouldn't exist, and it's like that isn't the same thing. And I feel like as much as these are times where we should be coming together as a gay queer community and supporting each other, but it can add pressure.
I just don't understand why you can't just each person, doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what sex you are or gender, each person can believe in what they want and just be who they want, and so fucking what everyone else
Life
is doing.
Is too fucking short.
Do you know what we want to say this, but it's the queer community is the worst for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not joking, like, say let's go back onto maths, just because I didn't want to be with Ella.
Yeah.
I had probably
all of a sudden you're transphobic.
I'm transphobic. I had so much hate off the gay community. I'm talking the straight community were leaving me alone, but the whole gay community was the community that I felt was my family.
Yeah.
What you're part of, yeah,
which I'm part of. Yeah, they didn't have anything nice to say.
It's tough in that realm, because you feel like you're then, for having an opinion or for having a type or whatever, you're being like kind of punished for it. But it's like, hang on, we should be sticking together. And it's like, it is this whole thing, like, you look at the news and whatever, and people are dropping dead, and it's like, God, life's so short, and it's like, we don't know when our life is going to end, or, you know, and it's like, stop worrying about these things and
just live your life.
Like, why does it affect you so much? You know, what other people are doing. And I think that's why it's such a big thing at the minute in the trans community. Like, it's so scary for our trans brothers and sisters, because people are so affected by what people want to do. And it's like, I don't know if you saw that
1% of the fucking world. Trans are 1%.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen that interview
of the world.
There's an interview
on the news
about
them.
Leave them alone. When this whole thing came in about them putting this thing about, if you're born a man, you can't ever be a woman, and this woman was talking on the news, and the woman said, well, you do know now that trans men are going to have to go back into female toilets. And the guy was like, no. And she was like, yeah, this thing about women not being women, there's going to be women in a toilet, and the trans man is going to be in there. And he was like, well, no. And she was like, this is exactly the point. You haven't thought about that. So you've just gone out and you've just made this rule, but forgot that there's going to be trans men in a toilet.
Which
which
Like,
you're saying isn't.
More like you want the women.
Yeah, and it's like
it's so fucking confusing.
It's honestly bizarre that I just think. And do you know what? I hope there is someone high up, these white men that don't know anything. I hope they have kids, and I hope one of their kids is trans or queer, and they can see just a snippet of what people battle every fucking day.
Well, did you know Elon Musk's kids are trans? One of them is. Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
Have you never seen when he talks about it? He's like, I want to destroy the woke community because I lost my son to it.
Yeah, she's massive.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Get her on the pod.
When did you come out?
Do you know what? I actually never come out. I've never, again, because of how I grew up. See, me and my brother's gay. We are very different in this sense. When he came out, and it was a whole song and dance. Like, he was one of those gays where he put it in his Twitter bio, put it in his Instagram bio. Yeah. Everyone had to know he was gay. Me, I'm like 4 years older than him. I was the complete opposite. For me, I never sat my friends down. I never sat my mum and dad down, because I've always had a bit of like, straight people don't do it, so why do I have to do it? And
You're
like,
just being you.
and I remember when I used to like go and stay with my friends at uni. I was at uni in London, but my friends were like around the country. I'd go and stay with them, and you'd meet their like straight friends, and I would sense the question coming on, and we'd be sat around the table like having prees or whatever, and they'd say, "Oh, so boss, like, how did you know you were gay?" And that for me, I'm better with it now. That for me would spiral me, and I would flip the fucking table, because it to me, that's like me saying to someone, why? When did you know you were black? How are you black? That is how it is. Or a disabled person. When did you know you were disabled? Like, it's a question that, why does it? And it used to infuriate me that someone would have the audacity to sit there and say to me, how did you know you were gay? Or when did you come out? And I'd be like, and some of my friends used to say to me, like, "Oh, boss, it's not that big of a deal." And I'm like, it is, though.
Because I'm not coming up to you going,
because
when did you know you were straight?
When did you know you were straight? When did you come out straight?
No, but I think I understand what you're saying, but some people don't realise till later, no?
No, and that's the thing. I think now I see it from a more open, like, I get it more now. But I think when you're that age, when you're kind of like teens, I would say from like 14 to say like 18, you're not, well, especially when we were growing up, you're not exposed. I guess it's very different now because of reality TV, social media. But at that time, you're not exposed to. When I was growing up, there was no one gay on TV, really. And if they were gay on TV, it was like they were the like
closeted as well.
Yeah, and it's like
Lily Savage, Graham Norton.
Yeah,
and Philip Schofield.
You didn't know that.
Yeah.
You didn't know he was gay.
Yeah.
But we knew he's gay.
And it was all hush hush. Like, it wasn't. And I think so. Then when you get asked those questions. And it sometimes felt like you would feel like, God, is this coming from a place of like, are you trying to embarrass me, or are you trying to like out me? I remember someone tried to out me at school really bad, and she was meant to be my best mate, and she did me dirty, and it actually backfired because everyone had my back, and she thought she was going to like ruin me. Like, I was friends with everyone at school. Like, I never had any issues at school, but she thought by leaking this information that it was going to like absolutely destroy me, and it actually did the complete opposite. And I look back at things like that, and even stuff like that I think is so awful. Like,
everything you're saying is so empowering, and I hope that people watching can kind of like feel your energy, because you're
thank you. I think we have what's the word? I think we have what's that word? Like, we have a job to do in that sense. I think a responsibility, because the young queer people, especially what you do, and especially the platform, you've been on one of, well, the biggest drag platform ever, and you do feel like without the pressure, you have a responsibility to kind of be that voice. Do you know what I mean?
Have you ever met Rihanna, by the way? Does she know you?
I've seen her. Like, I've seen her in passing before I did drag.
Really?
I feel like she's definitely seen me. I know people have sent it to her directly, so I know she's
That'd be a gag, you
of.
two performing together.
Oh my God, imagine. We need to make that happen.
That'd be wild. But right now,
Rihanna, subscribe.
You know you watch it.
Right, I've got a little surprise.
Oh, what's the surprise?
Is it a boyfriend?
No, I don't know who's going to like this. I know you will, because...
Oh my God!
You the same as me.
Oh my God!
Do you want one or no?
I'll have it.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't. I'm acting like I don't want it.
I don't know what it is, but here we go. I've
my
seen them.
God.
Wait, that's what they said.
I think
We're
these,
so
wait,
before.
I think these are the most stupidest things.
That's why Nathaniel
Ever.
hasn't got one.
Can I also just say that the first day I met you,
You went shopping.
me and
running
Tamara
around.
Thomas were going shopping. It was so hot. We went round about 5 shops, sold out.
Everywhere. But have you seen people who are stabbing each other for these?
Yeah.
They've been
People aren't selling them anymore.
No, I know.
Stratford, Westfield.
These came straight from China.
Oh wow.
Okay, guys, unbox them.
Let's do it one at a
Wait,
time.
do you have
Ross,
to
you
guess?
can go
I
Okay,
first.
yeah,
seem to
guess
guess
which one you
what
want.
color.
Do the ASMR as well.
I wish I had my nails on.
I know. Usually Boss has the longest.
It's the luck.
Which one do you want?
I don't know. I think it's this one. Yeah, well, they're all kind of pretty. But I think it's that one. I think it's that
Which one do you want before
purpley
you-
one.
Yeah, which one?
Oh my god!
So ugly.
Oh, it's so
They're not. We
cute.
kind of look
The
alike.
joy. What's the one?
You know, when
love
I was a
that.
kid, we had things called trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you'd have them on everything. So these are just like the new trolls.
And like Furbies.
Kind of. It seemed like.
They're the
They
adult
just
one.
talk, though,
It's
didn't
like
they?
a gigapet without the.
Giga.
We're
How
like the
come yours
Furbies.
fell out? You didn't
I
get to
think I
rip
got
it
the.
open.
I know.
Do I get to?
You have to rip it open. Oh, you can put it open.
I think I got exactly one. I thought.
Oh, that is so
Let
cute.
Why are we screaming?
me see. Look.
Me and you were like.
So excited. It's actually making me sweat.
I literally
What
was
it-
against
what- it's got
them, but
something inside
now.
of it.
I don't know, it's shit.
It's got something.
Don't be a hater, Nathaniel.
That's so cute.
I'm sweating. It's got me.
Oh,
I feel
another.
like
want a
yours
gothic
is.
one.
I feel yours is green. I
Really?
think yours is green.
I'm gonna.
I want a gothic one though.
You need to. This
need to
guy
buy
knows
the outfits,
tattoos them.
Twinsies.
Twins!
This is the opening of the pod.
Thank you for sponsoring.
So yeah. So why don't we talk about these? I mean, you start, boss, because you literally, when I met you, you were literally
I have
looking
no
for
idea.
these.
To be honest, what I will say is, I actually was the same as Nathaniel.
This is the game mascot.
Me too.
I was like, ugh, don't want it. And then it was Tamara that was like, I really want a Labubu. And I was like, oh, I'm over
that's
it.
called-
But then when I started, I'm sweating. When I then was looking for
Got
them,
Labubu,
it's
he's
got me all
sweating.
excited. When I started looking for them, I was like,
So excited.
I actually really want one. And then that day I met you, that's when I was like, and then it's the fact that you can't get them. That's what makes me want it even
Did
more.
you get one though?
No,
I
I fucking
love
did it.
mine.
This is your first one?
Well, no, I got a fake one in a fufu from Boss Man at the corner
So
shop.
you've actually got a,
I've got a real Labubu.
Labubu.
Well, yeah, that day we couldn't find one, so we turned to the bloody bottomless. What were we drinking? Bottomless Palomas.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And we ended
My
up in
favourite.
freedom. The best.
I didn't end up in freedom.
No.
No, you went to that. You were
We were
good.
trying
I
to
swear
make
to God,
everyone
these
say
are
that.
demonic or like
Yeah, look at the
possessed.
face.
Yeah, have you seen that? The
Maybe
TikTok.
they're
Have you seen the
possessed or
TikTok?
something.
That apparently a girl got one and its eye moved or its eye was closed or
It's
something.
like scratching her at night.
Good. I love
Nah.
that. I like it even more now.
I wanted to scratch me in the night. Some sort of attention.
Yeah. Risa, what's your opinion on these? Have you seen the craze?
So I don't really follow a lot
Yeah.
online. I think I've definitely seen them before. I have no idea what they are. Yeah, she's got a
When
little
your
boo-boo.
mum sees that you've got one, she's going to tell you to burn it.
She won't see it. She won't see it. I promise. No, but it's a nice guy. I think they're cute.
You can
Yeah.
buy outfits for them as well. Maybe we can drag them up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to give
Jesus.
mine piercings and tattoos.
They're
my God,
legit.
same.
It's obsession.
Nathaniel's
It's
not on it.
No, I'm not.
When I told him I ordered them, he's like, ugh.
Why are you a hater though?
I just think they're pathetic.
Do you think that because everyone's got them, you don't want to follow
I
the
don't
crowd?
follow trends anyway.
No,
I'm
but it's not even
humanity.
about that. It's about addictive personality. I
Oh.
am addicted to stuff, so now I
Yeah.
want more.
Yeah.
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 Same.
I'm gonna go and order loads.
Oh,
But
I just found out.
I feel like they're over now.
No, they're not.
No?
They're not over until we say so.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. But apparently, I've only just found out that there's different.
Sizes.
No, well,
Different like series.
your XXL.
Watch
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
job.
different
get you.
series of them. Yeah.
Editions.
Editions.
Series.
So the Labubu's gone to my
Yeah,
head.
this is a
Oh,
different
my bad.
addition to the, because at first they were like a normal kind of color. These are like brighter ones.
Yeah.
And then you can get like a Coke one. or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pepsi did their thing with them.
To
Yeah.
any queer kid out there, you don't have to play with little dolls. you
Yeah.
can play with trucks like me.
I used to cut my sister's Barbie's hair.
Oh my god. I used
So-
to pull my Barbie's heads off. Anyway,
Now,
right.
it says a lot though, doesn't it? Now,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it does-
Oh yeah. And when
going
the
there.
last one's out. like this and pulling.
I've got a question for you
Oh god.
about like sexuality and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't really know much about your sexuality, but like,
Yeah.
what do you? Are you
Well-
like strictly straight or?
I just love dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Years ago, let's
No,
talk.
I've dabbled. For
played the
me,
piano.
it's not. Oh my God.
The
No,
heart.
I've got some funny stories. Anyway, no, I've dabbled and I like getting with a girl, but I don't have any emotions when I do.
Right.
So to me, I'm straight and I like to play around a bit. But I
Yeah.
need a dick, like when I'm
You
in
want a
bed.
man.
I
So
want
you
a
couldn't ever see
man.
yourself with a woman?
Not long term, no.
See, do you know what? That's interesting because even though I'm a gay man, I could, without getting too naughty, I could have a threesome with a guy and a girl, and I could definitely do stuff with a girl.
But
Does that mean you're...
But that's what I mean. I wouldn't ever be in a relationship with a woman.
Yeah.
But I think I'm quite a sexual person.
Yeah.
So I feel like in that environment, if I was with a guy that I thought was really fit and I fancied him, I could easily.
That's because he's
Wait.
there. But if,
you
imagine
do
the
it without
guys, the
him?
guys.
Yeah,
out
no,
the-
that's what I mean. I don't know.
The guy's just okay. Scenario: you're on the bed. The guy's just walked off. He needs a wee, and she's there lying with legs,
A wee.
legs, legs abroad.
Yeah.
And
If
she's
it was
like,
me and
No,
Nathaniel...
he's just like,
I'd be going to town. I'm like, time out.
No, she's lying there.
stop
She's
it.
lying there. Spread eagle. Yeah. Chung chung out.
Chung chung.
I didn't know what to call it on. Yeah, chung chung's out. She's saying, "Come over here, boss."
I feel like if we'd already been
You're already
doing
in the
stuff,
vibe.
He's already
You're in
running.
the vibe.
if we'd already been
You're
doing
in the vibe,
stuff,
Yeah.
and he just popped out for a wee or whatever, I could carry on.
He comes
Yeah.
back for a while, you know.
I could probably still.
Could you do it without the man at all?
I don't know.
No. So do you class yourself as gay or bi or...
Again, that is
spectrum,
But this-
that is a battle, not a battle, but that is a conversation I constantly have with myself
Yeah.
because on paper, and I'm gay. I love men and I love everything about a sexy man.
Yeah.
But in the sense of like having a threesome, but again, it's like, well, what does that mean?
Have
Yeah.
you had threesomes?
Not with a girl. I've had a threesome with guys, but not with a
Just two
girl.
guys?
Yeah,
I've had threesomes with girls
Yeah.
and guys.
yeah.
I don't... But this is, again, the thing with labels. Like, who gives a fuck?
That's what I mean,
I'm
and
This
that's
is why
why.
I found it so interesting when you'd said that, and you're like, so does that make you? But that's like
Yeah.
how we're like so
Yeah.
naturally inclined to like. But what do we call that?
Yeah.
man?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's, and I
it's
think
not.
that's probably even the root of.
But that's
Why
we-
also
You
know
as
what I mean?
well
Like-
with gay men and gay women. That's never a question they get asked. If you want to get with a girl, no one's going to question that or be like, oh, she's a lesbian. But if a straight man gets with a guy, well, they're gay.
Yeah.
And there's no question about it.
Well,
And
one
I know
thing...
many straight men.
You just took the words out of my
No, I
mouth.
know, but then
I
they're
was going to
straight.
ask
Yeah.
each
They are
one of
straight.
you.
Yeah.
But then there's been times with me growing up, I've had guys that have just gone, I don't
wanna-
fancy men, but I just really like you.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
it's you.
yeah,
That is
yeah, yeah.
story of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I was going to ask you each
Yeah.
individually. So I want to hear straight men in the gay world. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many straight men are attracted to you guys
Yeah.
or straight? Whatever.
Yeah, do you know what? I think there's a spectrum of it.
Yeah.
I think you get men that you're their safety blanket and that they feel comfortable enough around you,
Or they just feel fucking naughty.
or they feel
Yeah.
fucking naughty and they're not going to be able to ever do it
Yeah.
openly.
Yeah.
Or you get the men that fetishize you. Am I saying that right? Fetishize you.
They get it.
Yeah, you get it.
Fetishize.
Or you get the ones that kind of are just CUNTs about it. Like I feel like that. Do you?
See, I do believe from at least from my experience, which I was saying like how dating's changed now, and I've probably been exposed to a different type of man with having done release that. I've noticed. I used to, for example, entertain conversation more because I'm like psychologically analyzing them. I'm not going to meet you.
Yeah.
But what I did realize there's a correlation between those. They're either those who like it's a kink, so they actually turn on by the fact that it feels naughty, or it's like this is a bit taboo.
And that's not sexuality.
Yeah, and it's not, and I know they're straight. And then there's those who are maybe somewhat have had questions, but maybe for them, maybe someone who's presenting more feminine, like when I'm in drag, it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable to say, and I'll be like, okay, but you are aware that I have other parts. And it's like, and then it gets to the point where it's like, after time, they realize actually, I'm actually turned on by the fact that you have a dick.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and then there's those who are, I would say that are just attracted to femininity in different forms.
Yeah.
Like, and which is where I would probably get more clarity where it's like, okay, you're attracted to me, but if I'm to present like how I am now, they'd be like, it's not
Yeah.
really a thing. But as soon as like, but
Yeah.
if you like dress up, like, yeah.
I've heard about this
I'm
a
like,
lot.
and I think it's, and like you say, it's a complete spectrum. And I
Yeah.
think, and I think that's where it's like, it's so individual how we even like what my pleasures are not your pleasures, what you find attractive, not what I find attractive. And then you throw, for example, us into a world where, okay, so you're attracted to men, so I can say, man, I'm like, I really like him on the outside and stuff. Okay, are you top, bottom, verse side?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear the other, like the thing for me, which is where I think I get into issues with labels, is it's like, because people think, oh, you're just two gay men, you're just gonna like be into each other. I was like, nah, it doesn't actually. It's not as clear cut as that. Because then at the baseline of things, there's so much that goes into attraction.
It's just with a straight couple as well. Like, okay, take about this. Okay, where are you gonna stick the dick? Let's talk about the.
Or do you want to stick the dick?
You've got to talk about who's got like a masculine energy in the relationship. Who's got the feminine? Who's the passive? Who's the dom? It all needs to align. Yeah.
I also think that everyone is a little bit gay. Some people just will never explore it. Women are a lot more open about it. Women are a lot more experimental. They will talk about it a lot more. Men are scared to do it because of the judgment that it comes with.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the amount of straight men that have come my way, and the thing is, this is not me shaming people that do this, because I understand that it takes a lot for a confused man. Like, I get that. But I think it's such a taboo thing with men, and this is why I also think it all comes back to like men's mental health and like the suicide rates in men, and like men not being able to talk about their feelings, because a man is never going to be able to go and say to his straight bro mate, God, I'm having these weird sort of feelings and I don't know what it is, and they suppress it for so long. Whereas if a woman thinks, God, I'm gonna snog a girl tonight, a girl could be snogging a girl on the dance floor and no one will bat an eyelid, but best believe if two men turned around in a straight nightclub and started snogging, they'd either get punched or it would be like the scene where the music cuts out and everyone's like that. You know? And it's that's really sad.
I come from, say, university, and I remember growing up, and I was always the same. I've not really changed who I am. I've been like I was like one of the lads in sports, but I was very open with like who I am, and like, I like boys, I like girls. And I'm not joking, like most...
I feel like you've got a stop down there, I'm sorry.
I know, I'm distracted.
Sorry.
But I've never seen it look like that before.
Well,
what have you put there?
That's the gay
He knew I was coming.
There's nothing's on serious conversation, less about the dick, Fucking hell, guys. Disgusting.
Tell him about the
like, I'm talking like most of the lads that I grew up with from the uni, and they're probably a year younger, a year older, probably every single one of them tried to come on to me at one point. Not because they're not because they are gay, because they're not gay. I think they just saw an opportunity where they could, someone similar to themselves who's really open. And they used to all go, oh, you're my man crush. I'm not gay, I'm not gay. I want to try and kiss you.
I also think as well, this is me personally, I don't know if it's the same with you too. I feel like my personality and how I am, I'm very out there and very bubbly, and I think in certain situations before that I've been in with guys, they get very comfortable around me because they don't see, I'm not one of the girls, but I'm not one of the lads. So they kind of get into this thing of like, well, hang on, I feel comfortable talking to you, but I also kind of think you're really good looking. And then they this line gets blurred, and they're like, oh fuck, what?
No, I like.
What am I feeling?
I'm spending too much time with you. I like.
Yeah, and it might not be anything, but because to them, you've either got your bros, or the girls you're shagging. You don't have that person in between that does all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think people get sort of so relaxed around me that they think, oh God, like what is this sort of...
I've got two friends. One of my friends is a lesbian and one of my best friends, he's gay. But their problem is that they only go for straight guys.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you are in for a long road of heartbreak. As I've seen
You're
them.
playing with fire.
Yeah, because they're just constantly games.
It's
and
the chase
straight,
though.
Yeah,
it's the chase.
Can I change him?
And it is that thing, like I said at the beginning, of feeling in that moment you feel really wanted, which you don't always... Well, I don't... I said this to you when I met you. I can walk into a gay club and not one gay guy will turn and look at me. I can walk into a straight club and I will have every straight man look at me.
Yeah.
And I've had that. I've also as well, my friendship groups are girls, so I'm always out with like, my friends are very, very pretty girls. So you also have that thing where like the guy talks to you, someone wants to get to your girl mate. But that has always been the thing. I think that's why I've always got myself caught up with these confused men who are never like, I want a man that's going to stand on top of the roof and shout that he's with me, but instead I'm getting these men that can't even whisper my name. Like, do you know what I mean?
And you're a secret. And that,
and it is. It's like that thing. You know the fire's there, and it's like, but I can't stop poking it. I can't. I want to get burnt by it.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the thing. That's in the house of desire. Desire is risky. Desire is like passion. It's like
What's your
desire's
type,
on edge. As in what I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
So I think like I don't have a type in that it's probably not as clear cut as like, this is what a guy looks like.
Yeah.
But it's for me, it's a cerebral thing. I think when I've gotten into relationships in the past, it's always off of finding some sort of and I like slightly weird. Like usually I'm like, do you believe in aliens? I'm like, fancy, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's like I think
kooky.
I'm into minds that think out the box. I'm into someone who like somewhat mentally stimulates me or challenges me, because I feel like when it comes to like intimacy, I'm like, that's easy to figure out. Like even if like, and I'm sort of like open to explore in that sort of sense, and I feel like, which is where people are like, you met this guy and he looks attractive on paper, and like and you want to jump into bed and then figure things out later. I'm like, I don't really.
So if someone's straight, does that not turn you on more? You're not like that.
I feel like if I look at exes of mine, energetically, most people probably like meet them and not quite know that they're gay, but they're gay. They give off like straight passing, but like it's like if you wouldn't necessarily outwardly know what they were or be able to put them into a box.
They could be, or they couldn't be.
Like it's not like it's usually
Nathanials.
that's if I think like of exes, like generally it's like they're just somewhat like neutral energy.
Sure.
Like it's not that's the queen.
Yeah.
So I think definitely, and for me it's attraction is mostly here.
Do you like to be the more masculine one?
Oh no, I switch.
You like
and
to
I
switch,
think also now that I've probably, which is interesting, my friend said to me when I started doing drag, I was probably a little bit more effeminate just before, because I think like it needed outlets. I did drag one weekend and I came back to hers and she was like, "You're so butch." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, because I've kind of like almost like, how do you say, expelled all of my feminine energy and released it the day before. That like I didn't need to feel the puss.
Walked in, farted, had a beer.
Period.
Do you know what's so interesting about that? There's a few stories that I know that I can't actually mention, but it's same the other way around. You know, men who are really powerful in their industry.
They want to swap,
when they're at the top of their world, whether they're an athlete, whether they're in banking or whatever. If they're like what am I trying to say?
In charge.
Yeah, if they're in charge and they've got all this power, when they get home, they just want to act like a pussy.
Tell me what to do.
Tell them what to do.
With men that you go with or you're attracted to, would you find it still attractive if a guy wanted you to take charge? Like, would that not give you the ick, but would you be like, or do you like a man to be like?
Gemma is because Gemma's so in charge of her own life.
Oh, I like to be a little bitch.
So she's so in charge of everything she does, and she's like to look after herself or for everything that she's done. She needs someone to come in and just sweep off her feet to make her feel feminine.
Yeah, I like to be like a little baby.
But it's interesting having met you for the first time. Like, if I was to describe who I'd imagine would be attracted to you, would be a man who wants you to take control. Yeah, you look like the type of. No, you give off that energy like where it's like, you're going to put me in my place kind of energy. Like,
do you know what though? I agree with that.
As in they're going to put me in my place?
No, you're going to put me in my place. No. Like that, but it's like, if I think about it, like I was like, I wonder if that's what you're...
I would say, see,
she doesn't want to be
from the first time I actually met you in person, obviously the other month, I've watched you, like, you know, you're like reality TV OG, like you're the best in that realm. No one does it like you, but like looking at you then and seeing how you are now, I agree with what you're saying, but I think that's a journey of what you've been through, and like going back, I even saw a TikTok of you the other day on X on the Beach. It was like a Megan McKenna kicking off and you were there next to her. But like, I feel like,
just like
all of those things like have built you to where you are, but doesn't necessarily mean, I don't know if I'm phrasing this right, like you're so different to that Gem that was then, and you have this like bad bitch boss energy, but I think when it actually comes down to it, that's a mask.
I feel like that's why I never get like babied, because I'm so like, well, I look like that, but I'm not.
That's what I mean. I think, especially in the industry, you've done reality TV, you've done OnlyFans. I think that's a mask you put on.
Yeah.
It's like a front. You have to be Jen Lucy. You have to be this like. But actually, and I think again in the industry we do, people don't want to see past that. It's the same with me. People see this kind of like feminine guy with his hair down and makeup on, but they don't want to see the real boss because that scares them.
Yeah,
because the real boss,
hair tied up in trackies.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? With my fan, like they don't want to break down this boss gem and see this kind of like someone that needs to be a princess and babied. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's also a thing. It's a shame because that's the industry that we're in, and that's, I think we're constantly going to face that because everything we do, we have to be a character.
Exactly.
You know, and I think that makes dating. I think that makes sometimes friendships.
It's a
hard.
persona, and also social media doesn't help because we only post what we want to post, and
of course.
I might be thinking, oh, I look nice, but everybody else might be thinking you look like you're super
face
hard.
that Hollywood 4.
Yeah, exactly. Or you look really aggressive or whatever. Like people always say when they meet me, they always say, oh, you actually really nice. You look really intimidating on your Instagram.
That
Like,
comes with the tattoos and the
you don't give intimidating as
No.
an energy. No,
not energy.
Like there's, I don't know, like
take a look at Instagram.
Okay,
it's
but still, like just as me meeting you in person for the first time, like I would just feel like, you would put me in my place, like that kind of
I'm
like.
not. I like to be.
Yeah.
But also, I think that also scares some men. Some men are scared of that because it's like she's going to put you in your place, and that men don't want to be like demasculated.
Demasculated.
Like, do you know what I mean?
They're getting it all wrong. And
you're like, no, I actually
honestly,
I like it. Yeah.
like pull me. Like sometimes it works. The straight guys will be flirting with me, and they'll like have their hand behind my back, and they'll like pull my hair a little bit, and I'm like, I'm at work.
Don't start this.
Don't start something you cannot control, babe. I'm telling you, straight or not, I will wipe the floor.
As I'm getting older, I'm getting worse sexually with the weird stuff I like. I just changed the tone of the thing.
But we said that, didn't we?
Let's dive into this, Gemma.
When we were playing, what was that game we were playing? With the Prosecco?
We were playing
where you whisper something
the
and it's like
offensive word. The offensive.
so basically you say something about someone under the table. So I go, who do you think has slept with the most people? And then someone has to choose.
So you would say who it is, but we wouldn't know the question.
Okay.
And then we'd have to...
Should we play? What's it called again? Paranoia.
Paranoia.
That's what it's called.
But why these people...
Then you whisper to someone like, who do you think's got the biggest dick or whatever, and then
well, we know now.
Yeah. Class.
But it can be like bad stuff. Like when you're playing with strangers, you could. Why are you doing that?
Because I'm trying to air.
It could cause. Do you know what?
I'm trying to have no bunching, so you're not.
That would be the best game to play on a reality TV show.
Yeah.
The first night when everyone comes into like Big Brother or Love Island or X on the Beach.
Smelliest pussy, yeah. And then you have to point.
Imagine.
No, but you have to point, and then people start arguing.
That is.
That's wild.
I think Bosses has the biggest pussy.
But also, just going back to being gay.
Okay.
And reality
Which is
TV.
what it's about.
Me?
You're gay.
I reckon you in a tracksuit could look pretty straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pair of trainers.
Then
Can you put on like a
then he
rugged
opens his mat.
Do you know what? There's a guy at work who tries to teach me how to be straight, and he'll be like, oh my God, we'll look at each other across the room and we'll see a girl, like, this is obviously a joke, and I'll look and I'll go across the room and I'll go this way, I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, if someone's looking at me, they're like, I'm there in like heels and fucking lingerie, and I'm like, yeah, right, darling. Yeah, you're well fit. I want to fucking eat your pussy out later.
Oh my God. She's so mom.
She's like, what?
Say it again, Bob. Say it again. Say it again.
I just don't think you're going to be able to throw Gemma around.
Oh my God. Honey.
No, but what I think there's
Very
so much.
raunchy. I didn't know that's what I'm walking into. Yeah.
It's not my brand.
You must. I feel like reality TV, there isn't a lot of like. I think people are scared. Like, I mean, I know I Kissed a Boy's just come out, and that's done amazing. But I think people are too scared to have. Like, imagine if they did a gay Love Island. Like, I think that because of this stigma with gay men and like it being such a sexual thing.
I've watched The Ultimatum. Have you not seen that?
Yeah, but they've only done a lesbian one.
Yeah, because guys can't do it. They'd all be shagging.
I know. No one would be getting married.
That's why they.
And that's the same with Love Island. Love Island would be like this series. No one would be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right, I want to ask everyone a question, so we'll answer it thingy. So, what's your biggest ick when it comes to other gay men?
Ooh, my biggest ick.
Or anyone who knows, just answer. You know your answer.
My biggest ick that comes to gay men is when they have a specific type and they don't look outside of their own type. So you have we have like the guys, what do you call them now? The circuit guys.
Yeah.
Where they're all muscly and they don't look at and they think this is it. This is what it's all about. And I just don't feel like that's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's gross.
I think
you've made yourself look as masculine as you can, but you're going to end up bending over and getting done
Yeah.
by about 500 men later on. Like,
Sign me up. I think
and I don't hate them. I just they're just
It's
my
your
ick compared.
an ick for me with gay guys is people that feed into the stereotype too much. Like, I know we all like banter with the words and stuff, and like obviously with Drag Race there's a lot of like words that people use, but like I hate it when people are so like over the top of being like "Yas queen" or like "Yas get it bitch." It's like that cringes me out, because I think you're just feeding into the hands of people that think that's how we just have a conversation.
Yeah. Slay.
Really
If I went on a date and someone said "slay girl," I'd be like, "Sorry, hun, get the bill."
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, what is my ick? I don't even know. I don't think I think about gay men that much.
Or just any guy or any...
No, like, but as in...
Did you break that down?
No, but as in like... I think I'm just in my own little world. Like,
Or
even
your type of guy.
Or in a date situation, what would give you the
an ick on a date.
Yeah.
I feel actually is where there's... But sounds... Where it's like if... And I had it once where I was doing speed dating thing. And I was like the person... And there was someone...
I was watching you.
Huh?
We watched you. You doing the speed date. You went when you were you hosting?
No. I was being speed dated. So I sat down with those three guys to like trying to like get whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you can win a date with me. And what really was interesting is I think it's the over sexualization of connection. Like, so if someone is like, yeah, you well fit, I was like, my head's not really there, babes. Like,
No.
I don't know you. Like,
like
tell me like something about the cosmos. So like, tell me about, I don't know, you use the alchemist crystal. I don't know. Actually, then I don't know what it is.
But do you know what? I agree with that, but I'm that person. But that for me is a nervous thing.
My hole could have you.
Yeah. Swallow you up. No, I feel like and this comes down to kind of like, again, the whole straight men thing and not knowing your worth. I think it comes down to me not thinking I'm good enough or worthy enough to be on this date that I will say something sexually in the hope that you don't forget everything else and I hook you like that. And that's such a bad thing to think. But I think that is a lot of the time what happens with me is that I don't feel good enough, or I don't feel like I'm good looking enough, whatever. So my go-to is saying something dirty.
Yeah, I'm not good looking, but I can suck your dick.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not I think there's necessarily anything bad with that, but it's more I think when I think there's been situations where like I'm like more in the sense of I don't think you have any interest in seeing me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's no depth.
Like it's like, oh, you're really onto like, oh,
because where else do we go from here?
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, baby, it's there. Like, and I can go to gym and make it big or not. Like, it's I'm
there.
probably gonna be flat in like 30 years. Like, who knows? Like, if that's why you're here.
Or you look at Nathanial's bulge and you just think,
like,
can't see anything else.
6th time we've gone to your bulge, babes. Here we go.
7's
a charm.
No, I'm getting
so
embarrassed
distracting. Don't be embarrassed.
You're not embarrassed.
Have any of you ever fallen for your straight mate? Have you ever had a situation?
Once.
I had a fling thing once, but it was, I feel like for me in those sort of situations, it's clear. It's like, you're straight. That's like, I've no idea of like there being a future or anything.
So what happened in that situation? So they knew. Oh, so it all happened.
I mean, it was weird. There was
his face like a pony.
Well, actually, I'm not actually the one who writes.
And that's an exclusive.
We have a stallion. We have a stallion in our midst.
But no, I think it was. I think, but what's interesting, you said like, for example, if a straight man kiss or a guy kiss a guy in like a straight club kind of vibe. I think this was one of those situations where it's like, I think I often give mothering energy to, and I often get, for example, I say, I've never really like chilled or had it like a gay, but like you actually cool. Actually, I'm like, okay, there's like a but there's like a something where they relax and feel quiet because I don't have any judgment. You could tell me, oh my god, like I was doing this myself. And, cool. Like I like okay, did you enjoy it? Like, and I think with that it was kind of like it was just cool, it's comfortable, and this situation just was a situation.
Exactly.
I've had a situation with one of my friends.
I love you.
When I was young, when I was younger, when I was at school, but we became friends. Basically, when I was at school, my friend died, and he was friends with her from a different school. And her dying kind of brought us friendly. And we became like inseparable. Like, I've got a girl group of, there's like 12 of us that are like still friends from school. And we would do stuff together. And like me and him kind of formed, and this was a time where I didn't really know what I was. And we formed this friendship, and we, for years and years and years on, formed this friendship. But I completely I feel like I fell in love with him. But I also feel like he kind of had the same feelings, but never voiced it. But it was always that thing of like, we had that weird connection because we both had that friend, and it was so like, what is this feeling?
Did you tell him?
No, and I kind of,
he knows now.
He knows now. I definitely think it's a regret of mine for not voicing it.
How old were you when this happened?
I was like, well, we met when we were 14, and then it was when we were like sort of kind of 18, 19 that we started hanging out, just us two a lot. And I think I was just scared that I would lose him completely. But like I was like, and I never knew, and I was like, is he just being friendly with me and just being a friend, or is there something deeper in him? But I was always too scared to kind of just lay it down. But there'd be times where like we'd go out and get drunk, and he would just cry to me and be like, and it was like he wanted to tell me something, but he never would. And he was so protective over me when we were out. Like he would like getting in fights if someone like looked at me. Like he was very protective, and when he had a drink, it was like he wanted to kind of let that out, and then it kind of turned to resentment, and then we kind of didn't really see each other anymore.
That's what always happens.
Yeah, and it's really sad because if we both just used like fucking communication and just voiced how we felt, I'm not saying we would be together, but it might have just helped each other.
You might still be in each other's lives. Still.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
100%.
I feel I went through something like I think I've went through something like that twice. Like, but it's never that I wanted to have a sexual relationship with them. It was, I just wanted them to be mine, and then vice versa. Oh, you wouldn't know them. It's just like when I'm a kid, like, and it's just that. It's just something, and then when you're not the most important person in life, when they get a girlfriend, then there's a gutting feeling. Like before that girlfriend came along, it was always
I was your everything,
because I was just. It's not even that I wanted. It could just be the fact that but then I thought I loved them as well.
No, it would have been like a connection, like a feelings thing where you've not necessarily. What, did you fancy them?
I just love them.
Yeah,
like I just thought they were.
That's the tricky thing as well, though, isn't it? Because I've had friends before where I feel like I love you so much and I adore you, but I don't fancy you. I feel like there's such a spectrum of that, of like, I love you so much and I want you in my life. I want to wake up to you every day, but I don't want to have sex with you. Or I don't. It's that thing of like, I want you to be mine, but when someone else comes and takes you, I don't like that. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a kind of universal thing. I think straight females and straight men also have that, where they're like, I'm friends with you, I love you, and it's a bit weird, but I don't want to have sex with you, sort of thing.
Yeah, I've had guy mates that have fell in love with me before, and it was really awkward. But
she's like, for them.
Are you still friends with them now?
No, but I used to tease them and then like run off.
Just flash a bead every now and then.
My boobs down. Or I just let them touch them and be like, no, that's it. So,
just the one.
It was when I was in school, I'd go to the woods and I'd like show them my bum. And he was like, I love you so much.
What's your star sign out of interest?
I'm Taurus.
Period. What's yours?
Pisces.
Love, Earth, and okay, I'm the only. Okay, that's just one check.
What are you?
Aquarius.
Love that.
What do you know about us then? Tell us what you know about us.
Yeah.
No, this is not what we're talking about.
That's another part.
That's for another one. Another episode.
Okay, so a light-hearted question. Would you rather date someone with awful fashion sense or bad breath?
Oh, fashion. I cannot deal with bad breath. Awful fashion sense. I can just about.
It's a tough one because fashion stuff puts me off. I know that's really shallow.
No, it doesn't.
So
Gives
does
me
bad breath.
brown shoes. Don't.
Pardon?
Smart brown shoes, pointy brown shoes. Don't. But there's nothing worse than when you're talking to someone and they've
And
got
it's
bad
like-
breath and you're like this.
You're like,
Yeah,
bad
like
breath
and they
so
don't
bad.
realise and they're talking to you like this.
But this is giving constant like halitosis vibes, right?
What's
This
that?
That's like when it's like a
That's-
condition where they
okay,
literally
bad breath.
constant.
I can change the clothes. I will be able to change the clothes.
Okay.
but
yeah,
like bad
okay.
breath as in like it's
Bad breath.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Like
then,
just a
no,
bad
I don't
breath
care about
person.
fashion, clearly. like so.
So,
I-
says that with your titties out.
No, but like as in, I
You
yeah,
doing pungs
I
all
don't,
over
I
the
don't think I
shop?
look at clothes. I'm not like
Do you not?
No, and I know
Oh.
my friend will be like, oh, the shoes were off. I'm like, I
I'm
didn't
such
see
a
their feet.
if you're wearing bad trainers,
Yeah, dirty
I'm
trainers
just like
or like yeah.
weird shoes
I feel
or
like
like
when you're in London, everyone's got dirty trainers now.
no.
No. You
If
can
they're
little wet
dirty,
wipe
nice
before you leave the
trainers.
house.
They don't have to be expensive, but just nice. Do you know what I mean? You've
I
all
just,
got
do
nice
you know what it
shoes
is
on.
with fashion? I just
yeah.
need to look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
you
yeah.
and know that there's been a thought process
Yeah,
of some sort.
yeah.
I d-
like,
like,
that's
when-
just,
Not what were you thinking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, like when you look at people and you think,
Wow.
or like
you're
I
right,
am not
you
with
going
that
through
person.
something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I love people expressing themselves through fashion, and I love like quirky things. Like,
yeah.
but I need to know that there is a thought behind that
Yeah.
of whatever that is, or
Yeah.
you've made it yourself, or like you know.
I feel like none of us has made any fashion decisions today.
I did.
Excuse me. Cut the cameras.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat this book.
Yeah, I'm
The
a
guys
big
out
bitch,
there,
come
all I
take
can
it.
smell is halitosis. This room stinks.
But I think for me also because I'm obsessed with scent. Like I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with scent.
Me
So
too,
I don't
know.
I don't care about I don't care what you wear.
I bathe.
long as it
I
smells good.
have to smell.
Yeah, we are
I
constantly
have
just
to like smell of something.
Yeah,
I
there's
smell.
nothing
I think you have to
more.
smell of that.
There's nothing more attractive than when you hug someone and you can smell them all, and there's no better compliment than someone saying to you, "God, you smell amazing."
What is that? Yeah, you smell amazing.
Like, yeah, that to me, I'm like,
Yeah,
shag me right now.
because then I'm like, you're gonna remember me forever.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time you smell that smell, like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
that's
rub it up, I put it in my beard, so I just rub
Yeah.
it on the
Yeah.
face.
yeah,
There
rub
you
it on
go,
your
guys.
bulge as well.
There you go,
right. This is the last
8
question.
times.
Last question because
Sorry,
we're gonna
that's
have to
not-
finish now. But I want to know from everybody: do you have an ultimate gay icon? Doesn't have to be gay, but yeah,
Ooh.
or just an icon in general. Riri.
You know, that's wild. I don't have
have
this
an
question always throws me off because like
You
'cause
don't?
in my head I think icon you look up to the person that I don't
Yeah,
And
it
it's
doesn't
okay.
have to mean like you look up to them like you want to be them, but just someone that maybe inspires
Inspires,
you or the way they handle themselves you like, or
Ooh, come back to me at the end.
Okay.
I didn't think about that. I
Do
actually
you know
didn't think
what?
about
I'm gonna say this might sound funny and it might sound like I'm not being serious, but someone that I just adore and I just think she like against all odds is Susan Boyle.
that. Yeah, you better work.
Because I just love her. I just
I
think
was
End
not
of that.
expecting
No, I'm
that.
she steps
I was not that
like me and her
bad
have both
bitch.
done Britain's Got Talent together. We've got something in common.
Period.
yeah.
She stepped out onto that stage. Everyone laughed at her. She has the most incredible voice, and then she has this amazing career. Blah blah blah. Then like 2 years ago has a stroke and now can't sing the same.
Oh really?
Yeah, she had a
Oh.
stroke, and then she went on. She sang on the Britain's Got Talent semi-finals, I think last year with Lucy. That Lucy, she was
No,
from X
her
Factor.
voice
but
is phenomenal.
yeah, and now and Lucy kind of had to help her through the whole song because she just can't sing the same. And
Yeah.
she's just someone I think, just I don't know. I think just of like everything she went through, and she was still so like positive
Yeah.
and like she's an icon. Like
I think it's the way that Simon dismissed her because of how
yeah,
she
and
looked.
everyone was laughing. In the audience, everyone was laughing. I just
Yeah.
think.
But that was her biggest power.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She
that's what I
was-
mean.
No, she was phenomenal.
But she didn't know that until she stepped out onto that
Yeah.
stage. Had she not done that experience, she would have just been
Yeah.
that person that everyone laughs at on the street because you think she's crazy. Like
The only reason I laughed is because it's just random.
that's what I mean.
yeah,
random.
it's not.
and
Yeah.
like, and another person I will say is because
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
one.
she's me is Tanya Turner from Footballers' Wives.
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah, she's my idol.
Yeah, I love that. Are you ready, Ree? or
I'll
not?
go now because mine's
Yeah,
a bit
go,
boring.
go, yeah.
Mark Foster, he was a gay Olympian swimmer, and it was the first time knowing that an openly gay guy can he has a family, he's top of his game.
Yeah.
He's one of the best swimmers in England's ever seen, and now he's a presenter for BBC or was, and he was really hot as well. So
Yeah, yeah, that counts.
Through Gay Awakening.
I think if I think of
Google.
it now,
Mark. I mean, no, I'm taken now. Mark.
sorry. But I think like if I think back now, because how you all been talking is like in relation to life. I think in relation to life, it would be at the time, them not knowing, but I would say the trans women in the Caribbean when I was growing up, in the time when like it kind of was sudden, like a sudden sort of like and everyone knows everyone back home, so everyone knew everyone by name. I remember 2 people in particular, and that was at a time where literally being outwardly gay was like randomly had like 5 murders, like brutal murders, like that kind of vibe. And so for me, there's a power in being like, you know what, I understand the risk, but I'm not going to dim my light or my shine to make other people comfortable. Like there was something just so ballsy about like I say ballsy, oh my god, yeah. But like, you know what I mean? Like there was something so, and I know I'm probably gonna get cancelled for saying that.
No, you're not.
But like, you know,
so ballsy.
Like, but no, I think like there's
brave.
there's just something just so brave.
Great word.
Cut the cameras. But like I think there's just something just so empowering about seeing people who, like, you know, despite all the odds, despite like the fear, the risk, whatever, it's like, I'm going to live my life unapologetically.
Absolutely.
In this space, which is my home.
I think it's such like, we live in such a safe environment now where you don't have to think like that. And like, I get to walk down the road and hold someone's hand and I can kiss someone and no one says anything. You're literally hiding yourself.
I mean, you say that though. I feel like we're still at a place where we're in a much better place, but when you look at the hate crimes that are still going on, like especially with the trans community,
It's still a long way to go.
It's still such a long way to go. Like, yeah, I think we're definitely in a much better place, but it feels like a lot of the time we take 1 step forward and 10 steps back. Yeah. But I think from when we grew up, we're in a much better place.
Yeah.
I mean, us oldies.
I always find it interesting, like, for example, like how you just said, like, you know, I can hold someone's hand, like I could kiss somebody. I was like, I think probably because it's so ingrained in me. Yeah. It makes me so nervous still.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, like it's
never
a weird.
Before. It's only with Joe.
Yeah.
Never before. I would never hold anyone's hand.
You're in
like
love,
walking
babes.
down the street. Like I feel like I'm in a heterosexual relationship when I'm walking around. I'm like, but I don't even think about, is anyone looking at me?
Yeah.
That's love.
Good. That's good.
What is love?
So
we got
my
a name now,
icon
babe.
is Eminem.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't you?
And Marilyn Manson. They're my favourite.
Live.
Gay icons.
I said they don't have to be.
That's why she said that, because she wanted to say that.
Actually.
Whose question was just for her to say their names?
Eminem.
Eminem, if you're watching, hon.
No, you were all my gay icons.
Oh, can I ask one question for every
And Tamara, I love Tamara.
We love tomorrow's Thomas.
As you guys are the guests, I think you've done this before. What would you tell your younger self?
Oh my God. Skip.
Yeah.
No. I would tell my younger gay self just to put your blinkers on, not listen to people, and just own what you want to do, and just don't be afraid. And life is too short, and just anything you want, go out and fucking grab it and deal with the consequences after. Like, you've got one shot at this life, you've got one shot at everything, and just run and take it and don't look back. That is exactly what I'd say.
Yeah.
I think
Nathaniel, you Rhi, go.
Mine would just be, I never expected this life for myself. So sometimes you have dark times and you think that the world isn't there for you. Just keep moving, like you say, just keep moving forward, and it does get better. And just find out who you are, and find out fast.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think for me it's like it's more that the process will be tough at times, you know what I mean? But like those experiences that you're having are part of what makes you kind of the person you are today. And like in a lot of ways, like even looking back, as like you've had it good without realizing you've had it good, considering your circumstance. So yeah, all these things that are happening are just refining you to be the person that you are later on. And all these things would be stuff that you draw on as an artist.
And also close your legs to married men.
No living in the shadows, people. No living in the shadows.
Tell my younger self, I feel like I would just say, get the fuck ready. I don't know, because it's difficult.
Get ready to fight.
Life is hard.
I would stay in school because I got kicked out a lot. Don't fucking get kicked out. And
Everyone
I want to drag my education out as long as possible so I don't have to grow up.
Stop showing your bum. In
the woods.
Stop showing the bum in the woods to
Cover your
guys that
bum in the
fancy me
woods,
who I don't want.
Oh my God.
Life could have been so different, Jem.
And for me, I actually would tell myself not to chase money because I'm such a money chaser. As in, like, not like my own. I'm such a like, I need to build so much.
And
I wish
feel
I
the
could just. I
happiness.
wish I had an off button and just chill and enjoy what you've got. But I'm always like, I need to make more. I need to fucking.
Did you ever enjoy it?
Mm.
Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Is
I miss
making the
my
money to
Lambo.
enjoy it. I miss my Lambo.
I do.
All right then, see ya.
And my rolls. Anyway, one day I'll get it back.
You will
But
do.
this is what I mean. Stop. I don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
I know, but I'm in me.
But I want it.
Labubu.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. I hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you guys for
Wow.
coming.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Boo-boo.
I hate the boo-boos.